I never, ever imagined rebirth could happen to me. My name is Lin, just an ordinary rich kid. I own an apartment in downtown LCET, quietly working as a small supermarket manager for life experience, occasionally sneaking peeks at the eye candy at my premium gym. My parents run livestock farms and processing plants on the outskirts. My older brother, Sen, a military veteran, owned a CS car dealership in the neighboring city. When the dead began to walk, I was in my supermarket office, blissfully ignorant, cackling at a drama. Laugh lines creasing my face. Later, I holed up in the supermarket, barely scraping by. The first week, I could still reach mom and dad and Sen, but then the connection became patchy. And finally, silence. After 6 months of sheer terror, I died on the road to the supposed suburban safe zone. And then I woke up, 1 month before the outbreak. Those who like it will have their whole family in good health and smooth career. More full stories are available in Lala Full Story. Like and follow so you won't get lost. Thank you for your support.
My 25th birthday was in a week. Maybe one of those desperate wishes I dossed at. The Buddha statue in the temple before hell broke loose had actually been answered. I jolted awake. The phantom sensation of falling through air. A churning sea of ravenous dead below. My knuckles were white on the sheets. Gasping for breath, I fumbled for my phone. June 16, 2026. Last time, my lay low and survive mentality got me through 6 grueling months on the trek to the safe zone, scrambling terrified across high rooftops to evade the hordes. I tripped over a damn untied shoelace. The fall, shuddering, I stumbled to the entryway. There they were in the shoe cabinet, the killer canvas flats. With a surge of revulsion, I hurled them into the trash. So that was my final wish? No more flat shoes? I collapsed onto the living room rug, the nightmare's chill still clinging. 7 to 30 am, the early sun cast. Cool light. Fighting nausea, I pressed a hand to my pounding heart. After a brief, futile nap on the sofa, I sprang up, jumping several times, testing my joints. Then, facing the direction of the temple, I knelt and pressed my forehead to the floor. Amitabha Buddha, thank you for your mercy. No time for tears. I grabbed my phone, opened the family group chat, and hit video call. Sen answered first, stealing amment from work. Seeing his face, the dam broke. Woo. My wail cut off my parents' greeting before they could even say my name. Sen frowned. What? Heartbroken? Or did your celebrity crush get exposed? Mom and Dad looked stricken. Oh Babe, who hurt you? Lin, just wait. Dad's coming right over to deal with him. I sobbed uncontrollably into the camera, hiccuping as I poured out the impossible truth, the rebirth, the future, the horror. Their expressions grew graver with every word. Sen spoke first, his voice low. I can't rule out a mental break, Lin, but I choose to believe you. This time, your brother and your parents will protect you. No more harm. Mom and Dad nodded, eyes brimming. Lin, we're here. Don't be afraid. I sniffled, nodding. Dad, Mom, Sen, if nothing changes, that celebrity alike will announce his relationship around my birthday. If it happens, we have to stockpile fast. Sen's gaze was steady. We don't wait. We start preparing now. If it happens, we need to be flawless. If it doesn't, consider it the world's biggest family shopping spree. We all nodded. The plan formed quickly. Ben and May handle slaughtering livestock at the farms, organize all processed meat stocks from the plants for transport, source additional meats, vegetable seeds, etc. from nearby suppliers. Sen, purchase tools, machinery, electrical equipment, fortify the house. Lin, downtown, near big supermarkets, buy daily necessities. My downtown apartment was a death trap, surrounded by people. Sen had an empty villa in the suburbs. We decided, sell my place, move everyone to Sen's villa. After contacting the realtor, I looked around my little sanctuary. I poured heart into buying and decorating it. Packing felt like molasses. I gave myself 5 days. Move, ship, stuff, shop. Waiting for breakfast delivery. I made my list. First, shampoo, soap, toothpaste, face wash, skincare. My supermarket had these. I placed in urgent bulk order with suppliers enough for the family. What my store lacked, big supermarkets had it all. I need Ed to inventory, find gaps, and hit the mega stores. I ordered 500 water jugs online. Delivery straight to Sen's villa. The water plant was close. Called Sen. Install water tanks and a purification system. Bottled water was good, but backups were better. Breakfast done. I headed to the supermarket. Posted, closed today in the group chat. Called in 2 trusted staff for inventory. By noon we had the count. Bottled water, 30 cases, assorted drinks, 20 cases, dairy to stock, 50 cases each type. Instant noodles rice. 200 cases total. Sausages or snacks chicken feet duck necks. 20 cases. Small snacks. 80 cases alcohol. 10 cases. Toiletries. Running low 15 cases each. Household goods trash bags sponges. Brushes. Minimal. I gathered them face serious. Due to circumstances, I'm closing the store. Selling it. Going solo. Today's favor. Besides toiletries and water. Take anything you need. 50% off. Friends and family rate. The rest I am liquidating. Grab it fast. They stared bewildered. I managed Asmal. Tell other close colleagues. But stock is limited. First come, first served. They shook their heads instant lie and grabbed carts. Lunch at the nearby food court. Back at the store. They were still loading most lie snacks and instant noodles. The noodle boxes were bulky. No cars meant limited haul. Plus, some small items and kids' toys. Not taking more food? I asked as they pushed carts past. They exchanged glances. The woman spoke. My kid shouldn't eat too much junk. A little. Instant food is fine. Toys and household stuff are better. Hard to carry much. The man nodded. Yeah. Manager Lin. The boxes are huge. Bikes and walking. Not practical. Tell you what I offered. I Lasmalvin get it delivered. Their thanks were immediate. And they sped up. I did it because they often worked nights. Never complained. Did excellent work. The woman's little girl sometimes visited. Calling me Gigi big sister with a smile that melted me. I liked them. By PM they were gone. True to my goodwill, they'd cleaned the warehouse and store, taken out the trash, and left the finalized inventory list on my desk. That afternoon, I listed everything my store didn't have, comparing prices online and at the mall. Big appliances, furniture. I ordered 3 fridges and 2 deep freezers online, plus backup small kitchen gadgets, 10 spare bedding sets, 8 quilts blankets. The seller threw into space. Heaters delivery to Sense Villa. Driving my SUV to the mall, I bought 100 pairs of socks our sizes, a brand sturdy sneakers, 10 pairs of slippers 10 each. Hit the lingerie store for underwear and loungewear all. Sent to the underground parking garage. Passing a phone store I bought for phones. 4 tablets. Charmed the salesperson into throwing in for power banks. Bought 5 more myself. They happily added 2 more. A brochure caught my eye. Security cameras. Installation included? The manager beamed. Installation is guaranteed. This model links to police. Real-time phone monitoring pan tilt zoom. HD zoom huge storage app alerts. How many? I calculated. 1 for each side of the villa. 1 roof 1 basement. 1 for Sen's detached storage shed. Make it 7. Ecstatic he processed the order. Sent staff for stock. And offered 2 freebies drones. Ma'am, these are our new prototypes. Free trial. Provide feedback. Future new products. You get first dibs. My eyes lit up. Drones, for scouting. Maybe even small deliveries in that world. Left instructions for garage delivery. More shopping. Sipping bubble tea. I called Central. He descheduled solar panel installation and was shopping for blast resistant windows doors with a consultant. Also, planning to reinforce the perimeter wall. A contractor started tomorrow. Lynn, bring your car over soon. Need to modify it. Safety first, Sen said. Yeah, agreed. PM, stores closing. Mall emptying. I drove to the garage. Collected my haul, headed home. Countdown, 28 days. Slept in. The supermarket restock arrived. Hiring a large van via an app cost 3,000 yuans plus I shipped the entire remaining warehouse stock to the suburban villa. Breakfast over. Family video call. Sen didn't answer, busy. Mom and Dad reported working double shifts. Fulfilling outstanding meat orders. Refusing new ones. Double pay for workers to process inventory faster. I knew animals could get infected too. Forming deadly hordes. Deadly. Phoned a friend at a pharmacy. Bought masses of alcohol. Disinfectant wipes, iodine gauze masks. Spent 1,000. He threw in some vitamins. Stocking up for camping, I lied vaguely. Price as Myth jumps in, by Wilayokin. He nodded. True. I'll grab stuff after work. My conscience twinged. ID? Done what I called. Survival first. At the megastore, I bought feminine hygiene products, 10 huge boxes. Donation for girls in remote areas. I told the clerk. They bought it. Then, 20 plus skincare sets and perfumes. More spices. Cat litter. Canned fruit air freshener. Blackout curtains. My receipt was a scroll. At checkout, my eye twitched at the 200,000 total. I had savings. But this was new, yet satisfying. The clerk bowed deeply. Thank you. Enjoy your purchases. Snapping back to reality, I collected my haul from the garage, grinning like an idiot. Afternoon. Premium gym, my gold card. He gazed longing lie at the ab trainer might never see those again. The abs, not the trainer. Bought some recommended equipment. My 120,000 spend upgraded me to black card status. The trainer looked at me like a golden goose. Idly fiddled with amokine, eyes tracing sculpted muscles. Countdown, 17 days. Dragon Boat Festival. Mom and Dad arrived at Sense with rice and leaves, declaring a break for dumpling making. Fortifications were nearly done. Just finishing touches. I'd ordered pre-made meals from a trusted chef, frozen in the new freezers. 3-month shelf life. After organizing purchases, we cross-checked lists, filled gaps, kept preparing. Sen convinced how to move in, sharing his room. We stocked for 5. Mom and Dad settled the factory. Paid wages, gave workers some food aid. Closed down, returned to the villa. How? Brought his retired military dog. Dong dong boom boom. I bought 30 cases of dog food, canned meat, jerky, cat litter, odor control. How? Slipped money into my account when I refused payment. Dong dong was smart. Obedient, wagged furiously at me. Sen and Hao, being vets, knew their defensive gear. Added a cabinet for blades and tools. Countdown, 5 days. I posted an anonymous warning online. Mixed reactions. Belief, skepticism. That evening, Sen showed us a dark web video. A bloodied figure staggering, biting someone. FBI shots ineffective. The bidden agent convulsed. Chaos. It's real, Sen stated grimly. Countdown, 2 days. June 14th. Scrolling online. A post caught my eye. XXX Intel. Airport attack. Foreign tourist bites staff. Video. A blonde man pinned by security. Roaring. A guard clutching his neck. Post vanished. Refresh. New post. Run. Bidden person reanimated. I screen recorded. The guard on a stretcher thrashing, biting a nurse's neck on the ambulance ramp. Blood spray. Hazy view. Milky eyes, bloodied nose. Memories surged. Last time. Pressed against the supermarket glass. Filthy undead faces smeared against it. Dead eyes fixed on us inside. Only me. 4 staff, a woman with her young son. A teen girl, hiding. Any sound drew hungry roars. The woman cried softly, forgetting to hush her son. The boy developed a fever. We wiped him with bottled water. 3 days. High fever. The woman, desperate, decided to get medicine from a nearby pharmacy. Suicide. Someone hissed. An older staff member offered to help climb the roof. We boosted them up. An hour, 2. Only the man returned, eyes red. She saved me. Silence. We gave the boy medicine. He med better. Next morning, the girl touched him. Cold. I went downstairs to the bathroom. Opened the door. Lynn, up so early? Sleep okay? Mom stood at the stairs. Her dark circles betrayed her vigil. Woke up, Mom. I'm okay. I hugged her. Go rest. I'm fine. It'll be okay. Mom kissed my cheek, returned to her room. Downstairs, Sen and Hal Monito read screens. Hal dozed on the sofa. Sen watched computer feeds and a drone display already airborne. Sen? But the highway exit sham ed. Near the blast. Possible infected. No riot yet. Hal woke during breakfast. Went back to bed. I sat nearby, watching monitors. Suddenly movement. Look. That person. I pointed to drone 2's feed. A figure ran near the highway barrier, clutching an arm. Collapsed. Someone got out of a car to help. The fallen figure convulsed, then sprang up, attacking. Chaos erupted. Sen recalled drone to swiftly. Will it spread fast? I dredged up memories. Lightning fast. Downtown fell in 3 days. Power and net lasted about a week. Water gone by week 2. Sen grabbed his phone, sent a message. I checked social media. Friends posting about hiding in fear. A contact. Screams and banging in his complex. Old neighborhood group chat exploded. 31080. Help. Crying downstairs. 30906. Don't scare me. 61503. Zombies. Southeast corner. 5-1133. Can we call police? So scared. I closed the app. Unsettled. 3 days later, downtown fell. Mirroring memory. Grotesque figures shambled below apartment blocks. Those still safe inside counted blessings. The property group posted a survivor count sheet. I glanced. Closed my phone. Mom and Dad planted seeds on the roof garden. Sen and Hao took turns scouting. I hand-led meals. They were shielding me, keeping the horror at bay. I accepted it. Suddenly, Sen's voice cut through the quiet downstairs. Trouble. Vehicle? Heading this way. The siege and the new world. I rushed down. Hao and a crowded around Sen's monitor. A black SUV careened wildly down the road towards the villa district, drawing a pursuing swarm of groaning figures. 2 clicks out, Sen tracked it. The suburban area was spacious. Only about 50 villas. Mostly empty. Until now. One click. Why here? Same reason we are. Refuge. Sen said grimly. Hal looked at him. Handle it. Meaning stop or eliminate. Sen held up a hand. Hold. Observe. The SUV sped up. Sen Ray called the drone in a wide arc. You and Lin watch the house feeds. Be right back. Sen grabbed another drone and binoculars. Heading for the roof. Dong dong. Whined nervous lie at our feet. Soon the SUV entered our street view. Sen's voice crackled over the walkie-talkie. They're here. We watched tense lie. The SUV wove through streets, stopping at a 3-story villa 3 blocks north of us. Figures jumped out. I gasped they had guns. Hal leaned closer. The roof cam had a perfect view. Snar LS grew louder. The group scaled the wall, smashed a second-floor window, and scrambled inside. Smart, but maybe not enough, Hal murmured. The villa was directly north, separated by 3 houses and 4 streets. They'll spot us. Sen radioed us to watch them. The horde, losing targets, began milling on the streets. Their presence felt like a knife at our backs. They have binoculars. On me, Sen reported. Watch for movement. We waited, heavy with dread. Day 1. Silence. Day 2. Occasional laser pointer flickered towards our house. Day 3. A drone from their roof approached. It buzzed over our house. The noise drew some shuffle ours closer, but not a frenzy. It's got a camera. Careful, Sen warned. It held my breath. Thick glass. One-way film, but still, the drone circled, retreated. The dead followed the sound. Sen peered through binoculars. Movement. I pointed at their side gate. The smashed entry. 2 figures emerged, holding rifle-like objects. Men. The drone flew again, this time blaring static noise, luring the horde away. The men sprinted to the 4th empty villa, then the 3rd, the 2nd, reaching the rooftop of the villa directly north of us, separated only by 1 street. My palms were slick. How silently pulled on a vest. On the nearest roof, one seems sighting on our roof, the other operating a small drone. Sen's voice was taut. The small drone lifted off, dangling something, wobbling towards our roof. Sen status? How radioed? Unclear. High threat. How? Ground floor alert. Stand by. Copy. Sen quickly donned a vest and helmet, returning to the roof platform via the reinforced skylight. The drone landed clumsy lie on the platform. Something clattered down. It flew off. Sen cracked the skylight, snatched the object, sealed it shut. A note we read by Amital Ring. Sen unfolded it, snorted. We are military. Require supplies. Request aid. Trust us. Better days await. Yeah, right, Sen? I called up. Fakes, pretending to be military to scam. Supplies. His voice dripped scorn. Probably some shooting club idiots with look-alike gear. Almost FO old me. Relief washed over me. What now? Heaven's way, Sen replied cryptically, outlining his plan over the radio. I raced to the kitchen, grabbed partially thawed animal blood blocks from the plant, crushed them into a lidless plastic bottle, packed some instant noodles and canned food into an OPQ bag, stuck hand warmers to the bottle, rubbed it hot, placed it carefully inside the bag, which I poked holes in the bottom of. On the roof, Sen nodded. I hooked the bag on to our drone one. It lifted off, heading slowly towards the men's position on the near street roof. The 2 men had retreated to the 2nd villa north, their planned pickup point. As drone 1 hovered above them, the gunman gestured impatiently. Drop it. Through binoculars, I watched. Dark red liquid began dripping from the bag shoals. My heart hammered. The man reaching up. Warmth and motion widened the holes. Blood streamed down onto the reaching man's arm. His companion got splattered too. Sen, wobble it. A hissed. Sen jig led the controls. The blood flow intensified. Now, bring the party. I nodded. Sen piloted drone 1, trailing its bloody cargo, towards an empty side street a few dozen meters. From the men, he released the hook. The bag thudded to the ground. Drone 1 zipped away. The men scrambled down, dashed for the bag. They grabbed it, turned to run back. Grew from another direction. Drone 2 blaring max volume, and drawn by the fresh blood scent. Converging hordes blocked their escape. Screams, then, wet tearing sounds. I swallowed bile. Sen came down, placed a hand on my shoulder. If we didn't, they'd have preyed on others. I met his steady gaze, nodded grimly. The remaining man and woman in the original villa lay low. No more moves. Countdown ended. The horde and hope. 15 days into the nightmare. Shuffle R's in the villa district multiplied. A couple more SC Avenger groups came. Left empty-handed. Dong Dong was stir crazy. How took him into the walled yard when scouting confirmed safety. One sweltering noon, after gulping water, Dong Dong suddenly froze. low growls rumbling in his chest. Hao snapped, "Dong dong." The dog pressed against Hao's leg, hackles raised. Hao hauled him inside, locked the door, yelling for Senral Sen. "Monitors clear," Sen replied, eyes glued to screens. Dong dong remained rigid, growling, tail tucked. "Drone, long range," Hao ordered. The drone, now silenced, flew beyond the perimeter. On screen, 2 kilometers out, a moving line on the horizon, countless dots surging towards us. "Closer, higher." Sen pushed the drone. The image clarified. "Horde." Hao's voice cracked. My breath caught. A seething, roiling mass of dead flesh sprinting. "Move." Even fortified, they'll climb, pile up. "Breach the wall. Now." Sen barked orders. "Lock everything. Ling, get mom and dad." "Dong dong." "Basement. Go." Sen pulled me towards the stairs. "No time." I woke mom and dad, ushered them and Dong dong into the reinforced basement. Outside, Sen and Hao, suited up in heavy gear, grabbed a shovel and a long-handled axe, double-checked every lock, and stood guard at the main door. The thunder grew. Dong dong paced. I soothed him, crouching with mom and dad. The basement was quiet, but the floor vibrated under the relentless, heavy tread. Dust sifted from the ceiling light. Sen and Hao stood like statues. By the door, the drone was back, secured. Monitors showed the eastern road filling with a black, frenzied tide. Trees snapped, decorative. Fencing splintered like twigs. The vibration intensified. Crunch. The horde smashed through the Villa District's ornamental gates, toppled a garden statue, flooded the main road, headed straight for us. The collective snarl was a physical wave, like a stampede. Soon figures cloed at the 4-meter perimeter wall. One head appeared, then another, more shoved from behind, climbing over fallen bodies. Figures scrabbled over the wall, tumbling into the yard like gruesome rain. The main horde flowed past, but dozens were left inside. Grew a warl, the fallen dead scented, living meat inside, and hurled themselves at doors and windows. Blast-proof glass boomed under the assault. Hal peered through a slit. "Too many. Wait for the main zevs." Sen nodded, grip tightening on his shovel. The vibration lessened. The main surge was past, but dozens trapped inside still. Slam Ed against the barriers. "Now!" Sen yelled, yanking the door open a crack. Hal hurled a rock, drawing some away. Sen burst out, the shovel whistling through the air, crunching through a rotten neck. Hal followed, axe swinging with brutal precision. They moved like a well-oiled machine, clearing the yard. An nauseating cocktail of decay filled the air. Watching the basement feed, my stomach churned. Even after the last life, the proximity, the stench, dizzying. Over an hour later, the yard was clear. Sen and Hao, splattered and reeking, staggered inside, shedding contaminated headgear into sea lead bins. Their faces were pale but set. The July heat made the rot unbearable. They had to deal with the body's burial, burning. The couple from the other villa, gone, likely swept away. Rebuilding dawn. Mid-July, 1 month in. The internet died completely. Silence. Heavy rains eventually washed away the worst stench. Hao scouted further out, retrieved the fake guns, realistic replicas. They tinkered with them. August brought sweltering indoor heat. 30 for C+. Lethargy set in. Escaped the treadmill. Sen and Hao drilled me on self-defense. I practiced marksmanship on the roof with the replica guns. Sen carved stone bullets. Practice brought results. September's autumn was still hot. Alod, tracing new muscle definition. Sen and Hao patrolled further out, scavenging. October brought a sudden chill. 4 months in, mutated animals appeared. Packs of rotting wild dogs, sniffing for flesh. Sen and Hao stayed put, observing. Using the blood drone trick, they lured the packs away, then picked them off from the roof with Sen's real military-issue rifle. November arrived brutally early, waking to a white world. Last time, a scratchy radio message announced a December safe zone opening in the suburbs. Late November morning, engine roars shattered the quiet. From the direction of the blasted highway, military APVS rumbled in. Scattered suburban undead were efficiently cleared. Troops moved into the Villa District, setting up camp. A drone buzzed overhead. Survivors. People's Liberation Army. Report to designated assembly points. Sen and Hao in uniform, IDs ready, rejoined the ranks. Reserves or militia or volunteers. December, the suburban safe zone officially opened. Mom, Dad, Dong Dong, and I were among the first residents. We donated some supplies. Sen and Hao prepared to join the city clearance ops, leaving Dong Dong with us. February, New Year. More survivors arrived. Patchy local. Networks restored. We got a broken call through to Central. Online. A few brave souls documented the new normal. The outside world remained silent. May. Sen and Hao returned with the victorious Troops. National rebuilding commenced. On my birthday, official medals and commendations were pinned on Sen and Hao. June, the government announced the last domestic zombie eliminate head on the southwest border. International aid began. Neighboring countries, with China's help, started their own clearances. A vaccine was announced. July, neighboring nations declared zero zombies. Populations received the Chinese vaccine. August, Europe and America declared zero zombies. The world's last zombie fell in Africa. At the China presented evidence. The virus leaked from an illegal overseas bio-lab, run by a certain nation using nuclear wastewater for genetic experiments. The international court ruled, seize all such labs globally run by that nation, prosecute those responsible. Golden September dawned, hope, carried on the rising sun, streamed towards the horizon, towards the future. We had survived. We had rebuilt. The nightmare was finally, truly over.